Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 8 U.S. Battleship North Carolina. It has 9 main guns, 20 secondary guns, 108 AA guns, a top speed of 27.9 knots, total health 66,000. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main battery, increase AA range, reduced flood and fire chance, faster rudder shift. And for my commander, situational awareness, basic survivability, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, lower cooldown on damage control, and advanced firing training. We are on the map north, and I spawned in hoping to support B and C. I was at first attempting to move towards D, but I just figured a battleship should be more useful than going off into an isolated area. We see an enemy battleship, we're going to fire over the island. We are not spotted, so I don't know where those rounds are coming in, but they're not coming in at me. Okay, it looks like he's firing at the friendly battleship behind us. We land 7,000 points of damage on the turrets. Not bad, not bad. But overall, minimal to no damage done at this stage in the game. Another enemy turrets. He looks to be overlooking B for his team. And in doing so, we're going to be able to fire on his position. There is a division of 3 enemy destroyers on the enemy team. They might have a unique strategy. Whenever you see destroyers together, they like to go sneaking around together. We land 12,000 points of damage. Not bad, much better on that enemy turrets. He can see us, of course, and we can see him. We're going to take fire. We try and angle slightly, and we take minimal damage. Great. We're reloaded. We're ready to go. We're going to fire again, and the turret has not changed his course. Usually, whenever you're taking damage, you want to adjust your heading. In this instance, it doesn't look like they want to do that. And we do 18,000 points of damage. He's already at half health. Oh, crap. Enemy destroyer spotted. Another enemy destroyer spotted. Oh, no. Are they going to do this to me? They pop smoke. Come on, come on. Reload, reload. We will have AP, unfortunately. We're going to switch to HE when we can. But first, let's take out this Japanese destroyer, the Hatsuharu. We fire everything, and we do a ton of damage. 10,000 he's taken out. Next destroyer, HE's reloading. We're in a vulnerable position right now. We are point blank. Oh, of course. They all came this way. We got to deal with it. We're just going to try and give ground. Hopefully their torpedoes are inaccurate. We know they want to send them out. We're almost reloaded. Come on, 5 seconds. We want to take this guy out before he disappears. He's going back. He's getting out. Of course. He disappears right as we have the ability to fire on his position. We're going to try and fire, and yeah, he sent out torpedoes. So in our effort to try and fire on the other enemy destroyer, we have unknowingly moved into the range of the torpedoes. Now we got to move all the way back. There's a nice big gap, though, that we can exploit. So let's get our butt. Come on, North Carolina. You're big, but you're beautiful, too. That enemy destroyer is barely alive. Is a secondary going to finish it off? Is it going to be a friendly? Finish him! Finish him! And the torpedoes, they deactivated short of our ship. Friendlies finish off that enemy destroyer. Now there's only one of you. Only one remains from that division of destroyers. And that's pretty successful, I would say. You could just imagine the potential of 3 destroyers, a wolf pack, hunting down and destroying enemy battleships, or cruisers, or other destroyers, or carriers. They're just so good at isolating and destroying with all of their torpedoes. If you get in a scenario with multiple destroyers, give ground, kill one, preferably the one that's showing their side, and then make sure you use HE until they're completely destroyed. Another destroyer shows back up. Don't know if this is the division destroyer or another one. Checker. Okay, this is the guy in the division, and we fire a HE at him. We incapacitate modules, set him on fire. He is going to have to deal with it, which he does. He's used damage control, so it's going to be down for 40 seconds. Unfortunately, our back gun is inaccurate, and we are just trying to stall for time while we reload. We don't want to be too close to this guy. He pops smoke, but he's barely alive. We incapacitate something, and he's on fire by someone else. 3 fires, or 2 fires. Is he going to die to the fire? Yes, he dies to the fire. Okay. We are completely safe, I think. He might have sent out torpedoes, but that would be an extremely fast reload considering he was the destroyer that sent the torpedoes that we had to maneuver for before he disappeared. So now we know that there is nothing to worry about. We've got this entire corridor most likely empty because we're only being spotted every once in a while by that enemy cruiser, for example. I see that there's an enemy trying to capture C. Perhaps the enemy destroyer is in that area. So we're going to head for that corridor. We're going to try and block it up, maybe push forward. We've got the advantage. We need to take it. In my last video, I got onto battleships for being too far away from the fight. There's one in the west, and he can only engage what looks like one, maybe two battleships. He can't help everyone like myself, the friendly battleship behind me, or the cruisers. You really want to use your range to your advantage. You want to help your teammates like this Benson, who's at point blank against the Atlanta. We're going to provide firepower, and since we have such long range, we can provide firepower to multiple areas of the map. We land a single HE, we incapacitate something, we defend the base, but he's not going to capture it. There's a Benson point blank, and they're within detection. Yeah, they're within 2 kilometers. They can see each other even with smoke, and the Benson realizes that he's trying to get out, but an Atlanta will chew you up and spit you out if you're a destroyer. One of the hardest cruiser counters to destroyers. It's just devastating. A good Atlanta captain can kill you in under 10 seconds. And it looks like the Benson's holding his own. We don't have a shot. The island's in the way. Obviously, we are reloaded, and we're going to fire once the island gets out of the way. We check to see what the Atlanta's angling is. Not ideal for us. We're going to hope that he continues his turn. I figured he would. Oh, no, he's committed. He's going the direction. Oh, he's going away. No. Just show your broadside 1 second, please, Atlanta. We see Interprets is showing his broadside. He's pretty aggressive. We do lose the Benson. The Atlanta does turn, and we fire in the direction he's turning. Looks like it's going to be good. Yeah, it's pretty good. The Atlanta's small, 4K damage. I'll take that. He's also on fire. Friendly finishes him off. Just the Turpets. If we can hit him at sea, we will disrupt his ability to capture it, and we should be able to keep it decapped. Unfortunately, nobody follows up, and we're reloading, so, that's just how it works. But the Turpets is far forward. In his mind, he might feel vulnerable, which he should. I'm going to try and hit him as many times as I can. 10,000 points of damage, incapacitate one of his guns. That's pretty good. Again, we haven't taken a lot of damage. We've been in a position where we have exploited our range. We try and turn. We take minimal damage, and his side is showing perfectly for us. Come on, reload! I want that waterline shot! We could do it! Looks like he has at least 1 burn, maybe 2. I think it's 1. We get all guns ready to fire. Dispersion's fantastic. 20,000 points of damage with no citadel penetrations. Nearly killed him. We had all 9 rounds make contact with the ship. Really can't do much better except getting that citadel. If we got that citadel, he would have been dead. Friendly torpedoes. So scary. People will just send their torpedoes anywhere. Doesn't look like we'll be able to follow up. He's going to burn down. Turpets is down. Okay. 4 enemy ships. At least 2 in front of us with an enemy Turpets over on the western flank. Okay, there's 3 in front of us. An enemy Atlanta barely alive in between us and an ally. This ally is insane. Look how deep he is. He's got to deal with so many ships. So we're going to move forward, capture C, and attempt to support the Mogami. He is a wizard. He's a warrior wizard. He's going to have to pull something out of a hat because he's in deep. He's got 3 enemy ships right next to him, and he's taken down. Unfortunately, we lose sight of all the enemy ships in the area, but we do know 3 of the 4 are on the eastern side, and there's only 1 ship in the other side of the map. It's the Battleship. Thankfully, the Atlanta's detectability range was extended, so we can still see him. We're going to try and fire, and of course, he drops off right as we fire. We could potentially still hit him, though. Let's see. And we do! We take out the Atlanta. If we would have done that, he probably would have stayed stealth because the Atlanta was not firing, and his detectability is in the realm of 11 kilometers. So now we're capturing C. We are spotted, and it drops off. So we know the enemy cruiser and the destroyer don't have line of sight on us because we are a giant battleship. They should be able to see us. The Turpets is obviously outside of our gun range, so he's outside of the ability to detect us. But I do know there's a destroyer and a cruiser somewhere in this area. I don't know where they are, I just know they're here. So when you are in a position where you understand that the enemy's in the area, you need to be ready to shift that rudder, go full stop, avoid torpedoes, be on the lookout. We're spotted by the enemy Pensacola. We know this because he's in detectability range. North Carolina has a detectability in the realm of 16 kilometers. Obviously he's within that, so he can see us even if we're not firing. We do fire on the Pensacola. We miss with every round, unfortunately. Since it's one fire, we're going to let it burn. The heel is not up, so we have to just sustain the damage for now. He fires again. Pensacola's aim is true. He sets us again on fire, 2 fires, but we do see enemy torpedoes, hard left. We try and avoid them. This is the destroyer. The destroyer is somewhere in the southeast side. We take another big shot from the Pensacola. We're safely past the torpedoes, so we use damage control. This does set us up to take damage from torpedoes in the future, but we just can't allow 2 fires. That's too much damage. 500 a tick on a battleship. That's a lot of damage. It really adds up. So we know he's in that area. We tell our team, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and put as much distance from that area. We have our front guns ready to fire on the Pensacola. Waterline shot. Kind of turns into it. Looks like it's going to be good. Good dispersion. Oh yeah, it's good. 10,000 points of damage. Citadel, Pensacola gone. Enemy destroyer immediately shows up. We have our bat guns conveniently in position to fire on him. We track him. We've got AP loaded, but he's very low. Great dispersion. And yes, we take out the Mutsuki. Barely miss the double strike. Get Confederate. And the game ends like that. That was a pretty cool game. A lot of intense situations sprinkled in with movement. 3 kills, Citadel, Confederate. We did great XP, defended bases. We were able to deal with those destroyers that pushed forward. 2,330 base XP. We did around 110,000 points of damage, which is solid. You know, the game worked in our favor. We were able to deal with enemies whenever they showed up, and ultimately we helped our team win. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time. I recorded this slightly differently. Tell me if it looks better or worse. Thanks.